songwriter, producer, singer, musician, over the age of 50, and you're thinking of throwing in the towel, or worse, not even picking the towel up, I've got some hard questions for you. Peace and blessings to you. My name is Jere B. I am the EntreMusician. So are you. Welcome to another exciting episode of the EntreMusician podcast. I'm excited today because I get the opportunity to talk directly to you about you and hopefully one day soon with you. No interviews today. I just want to probe your heart and your spirit today and provide you some things I've been thinking about for you to consider. But before we dig in, just take a quick moment to subscribe, like, and share this episode. And I want to thank you in advance. Now, I'm not going to waste your time today. I'm going to go right into the jugular vein, right off the rip. I mean, we have to do this. And I'm sure if you've been even casually following our content, you would know that the EntreMusician is first and foremost a community of songwriters, producers, singers, performers, musicians, and we are at various creative levels in our career. Most of us, of course, are over the age of 50, and we meet together regularly to discuss pertinent issues affecting musicians in all areas of our career. We encourage each other, we challenge each other, we collaborate on projects where applicable, and we do all we can to help the other brother or sister succeed in accomplishing their vision. We utilize coaching and specialized workshops based on mindset, discipline, and focus. I'm sure you've heard that before. And we take very intentional steps to help launch and or relaunch the careers of some very incredibly talented artists all over the world, from Serbia to Finland to Canada, various parts of the United States. We're like a tight-knit family, and we're committed to each other, and we are committed to our craft. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up to you is because I want to pose a question to you, especially if you're over the age of 50, specifically if you're a musician, and definitely if you're not actively and actually engaged in playing your instrument professionally or writing songs or producing music or working with other artists on their project or a performance. These are two questions that I want to just ask right off the bat. First of all, why not? And secondly, what are you waiting for? I mean, these are obvious questions, right? I'm sure you've been asked them before by someone, especially if you're truly gifted on your instrument or with your voice. No doubt, however, these may be questions that you've asked yourself. But, life, perhaps procrastination, perhaps negative thoughts and or negative self-talk causes time to just slowly and continually drift away. You know what I'm talking about, right? A day turns into a month, just like that. 3 months turns into 2 years, and you become comfortable with those things that are familiar. The daily routine, which though happens and is okay, but it does not include your hopes or your dreams or your triumphs. So I'm going to ask again, why are you not going after your dreams? What are you waiting for? That's my question. Have you convinced yourself that you are no longer qualified, whatever that means, to be in the music industry, or that it's too late to begin again? Perhaps you've listened to the lie that all of the changes in the music industry and the technology and the burgeoning of AI is beyond you somehow, and you won't be able to get a handle on it. Well, let's call that what it absolutely is. Bull fertilizer. Okay? I know musicians in their 70s who are thriving right now in their careers, utilizing all of their skills which are necessary to win because they told themselves they could do it. Two names immediately pop out at me. Thomas Alexander, an amazing Canadian vocalist who is so busy at 75 years of age. He's doing Motown reviews and Ray Charles tributes, and he's going to be releasing his first single in about a decade, and it's going to come out this month. You know why? Because he got off the couch and he put the remote control down and he found there were many more dreams left in him. Margot Fitz is another. She's a beautiful 70-something songwriter in Memphis, Tennessee, who has harnessed the power of AI to showcase her brilliant faith-based lyrics, which are touching thousands of lives right now around the world. That's just it. Thousands of lives. Because she knew she had to. Just because music is a sacred calling. And when the music calls, you have to answer. And I work with a brother. He's a part of the EntreMusician. He's from Cleveland. His name is Nathaniel. And he's battled and still is overcoming a debilitating health condition, which actually put him down for the count physically. But it could not keep him down because spiritually and emotionally, Nathaniel was strong enough to exercise his faith in the gift that he was given. And he's working every single day to bring his dreams back to life. So again, I got to ask you, what about you? Listen, answer this question. What condition or situation or issue or obstacle are you allowing to keep you in a state of inertia where you're not moving forward, but merely drifting along as the clock ticks off? I've often told the unfortunate story of a young singer named Sheldon, and he let me know of his father's passing at the end of a particular recording session. Obviously, out of respect, I attended the memorial service, and I noticed that the family had chosen some very unusual, yet incredibly magnetic music to play in the background before the service began. I mean, I couldn't help myself. I had to ask Sheldon, who is this artist you guys are playing? I've never heard such beautiful music. And with a smile, which quickly turned tearful, he said it was his father's music, that his father had been a factory worker but spent the weekends in his basement writing and recording in his little studio. You know, he never wanted to release anything publicly because he was actually afraid of what his friends or co-workers or others might say about him. He was making a good living in the factory, and although music was really at the heart of what he had always wanted to do, this man, he talked himself out of giving it a real shot. Sad. Now, out of respect to his magnificent music, his family decided to take his music out of the basement and showcase it at his memorial. Perhaps, I'm speculating, but a snapshot of what might have been. I admit I've never met his father, but I was saddened to learn this story. And certainly if I had known him and I had heard his music beforehand, I would have been screaming at the top of my lungs, yo, don't wait until it's too late. This is one of the reasons I'm talking to you today. Musician, over age 50. Perhaps you've tried before. Try again, right? Perhaps you've had a career in music and you ran into some tough experiences, unbelievable struggles, ruthless people, and you quit out of fear, anger, or frustration. But that song is still in your heart. I'm asking, believe again. Believe again. It's true. No lies. I mean, this business of music can be an exhausting, oxymoronic paradox to risking it all and living out your dreams, and extremely difficult, but definitely doable. Or perhaps you never even began. You always wanted to. You always knew that you have what it takes, but somewhere, somehow, at some point, you convinced yourself that you should not. Here's my question again to you. Why not? You have everything you need right now, today. I mean that. It may sound crazy to you, but all you need at this moment is the true conviction that your song, your music, is meant to be heard by one person. Just one. Imagine that. If one person heard your music, you took it outside of yourself and shared it with that person. The lyrics, which you've written, are transformative and inspiring. The melody you keep humming is infectious. It doesn't matter if you don't have a studio right now. It doesn't matter if you don't have a band or no other musicians. It doesn't matter if you do not have a budget. You don't need a budget. Anna Nicholson, a single mom, started singing her amazing lyrics into her cell phone and began posting them on SoundCloud whilst trying simultaneously to convince anyone who would listen that her songs were worth a shot. Well, someone did notice, and they told someone else, until one day she was able to hum and whistle the sounds she was hearing into the ears of real musicians and producers who began to see that there was actual promise in her artistry. And now she's off enjoying her journey. This is what I'm talking about. Real life, real people, real dreams coming true. I know these people, all they did was they said yes to themselves. That's all they did. Yes. So the question again becomes, what about you? I'm going to keep on asking. What about you? Why do you feel that you are so different that everyone else can succeed in music, but somehow you can't? That's why we concentrate on mindset, discipline, and focus as EntreMusicians. These are the elements, the glue, which are not normally taught in music school. Now, when I decided back in 2022 to leave the comfort of my day job and start really walking on water, all the while keeping my eyes on Jesus, I began really studying MDF, mindset, discipline, and focus, because truly at my age, although I'm taking a huge risk, I knew that these risks need to be calculated. And I know that when I fail, and I fail at a task, I am not the failure. And I can get right back up, assess what happened, pick up where I left off, or I begin again. Now, I put everything I knew in a book, this book right here. And soon I was asked to develop this book into a course for iClassical Academy in Italy. And that course turned into several workshops, which keeps opening doors and expanding the EntreMusician community. The Path of the EntreMusician, 9 keys to unlock your mindset, discipline, and focus. I mean, I love who I am. I love what I do. I'm grateful to be able to share my gift with other such talented, unsung musicians who have boots on the ground. We're out here growing and glowing, letting our artistry shine brightly. And you know what? We're waiting on you. Right here at the EntreMusician, we're waiting on you. There's a space for you. There's room for you to bloom. That's what one of our EntreMusicians said. Now, I heard an African proverb which says, if you want to go fast, sure, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. And that's what we're doing here at the EntreMusician through coaching, community, and collaboration. Utilizing mindset, discipline, and focus, we're poised to win individually and collectively. So why not you? I invite you, take the opportunity, schedule a 15-minute Zoom with me, do it right here, find out what's going on, sit in on a session with us, meet these incredible EntreMusicians, and I'm sure you're going to see a little bit of yourself in each one. It's a glorious thing, how similar we all are. The only difference is some of us have chosen to say yes to our dreams. I hope you're that person. My name is Jere B. I am the EntreMusician. So are you. We'll see you next time. Peace and blessings.